last night in Brownsville. It was Rivera taking on Harlingen South, and Rivera's defense gave Harlingen South all they could handle. It was tough for them to score. Only 7 points in the first half, and it came from the Hawks defense as Carlos Del Angel picks off the pass off to the races, gets a block, and gets in, and Harlingen South would score 2 on the offense to end up winning it 21-0. Quite a defensive battle, but the 32 5A standings now look like this, with Los Fresnos and Harlingen South basically clinching playoff spots. Harlingen still a little work because they've got to play against Brownsville Hanna in Week 10. Brownsville Veterans will be in with their next win, but their next game is against Los Fresnos. Then they have Brownsville Pace, and Veterans has Week 10 off with a bye. So let's take a look at what's going to happen in 32 5A, guys, and specifically this week, another huge game for Brownsville Veterans. They were backloaded on their schedule. They've already won the Brownsville City Championship. Now they have to play Harlingen and Los Fresnos in consecutive weeks. How do you think Brownsville Veterans will be able to do against Los Fresnos, Todd?
Well, when they played the 2 Harlingen teams, they've been close, but they haven't been there yet. So until, I think I've said this before, until Brownsville Vets proves they can do it, you have to go with the other team. Not that they can't, not that you don't think they can, because they've been good all season. But until they kind of get that big win, we'll go with the other team. So I'll go with Los Fresnos, who's been good too.
All right, there's one pick for Los Fresnos in this game. Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like that thought process on where Veterans is at, and how they played against the 2 bigger teams. And but Los Fresnos got way too much firepower and too much experience to lose this game. Los Fresnos.
Yeah. Now this Brownsville Veterans might be able to score against Los Fresnos' defense, but Los Fresnos' offense is way too tough, and I've got them winning as well. When you've got weapons like John Michael Rosales, like Akeem Simeon, like all the guys like William Cox in the backfield, I think the Falcons are going to win this one. Looks like I think they've got the edge on taking this entire district when it comes down to Week 10 against Harlingen South. But let's take a look at some of the top performers that we had from Week 7 of Valley High School football. We had some great ones, like we talked about. Orly Solis, 313 yards and 4 touchdowns for Roma in a losing effort. Aldo Silva, and another losing effort for Donna, 244 and 2 touchdowns. Trevor Spates, another losing effort. It's a trend. All these great running backs ended up losing. But receivers, Cristobal Jimenez from Monte Alto led with 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nick Garcia got the 2 offensive touchdowns, both passed to him by Sean Montemayor last night. And then Silva Gutierrez of Hidalgo once again in a losing effort. But the top passers, well, they all won. Javi Obregon of McAllen Rowe, Fred Hover of McAllen, Trace Barrera of Sherryland. If you're looking for a trend there, how about they all live within the same 5-mile radius of each other? I'm not sure if there's something in the water around there or not, but big wins for them, and another big win also for La Villa during their big win over Ben Bolt. That is it for Sunday Sports Extra. I'd like to thank Todd Oradenker of The Monitor for joining us. Joe Bowling, I'm Clay Williams. We'll be right back here next week. The NFL Today on CBS is next, followed by the Ravens and the Texans, and then the Jets and the Patriots. Stay tuned.